copy too, or just him?
Just him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we can update him.
Are the buyers coming?
Here today?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see, so roof wise, 2013 was the roof.
Okay.
Looks okay, it looks like an older roof, there's no
Okay.
leakage that I can tell. It has leaked a couple times previously, but nothing active.
Okay.
Could have even been the roof before this, but
Okay.
there's no evidence of any moisture in the stains that I see.
Got
Okay.
it.
They've done one patch on this back right corner. They have a satellite dish still, but it looks like they used to have another one or a different company.
Okay.
So where they pulled that old bracket off, they put two little patches. The patches are okay, I just want you to know I saw it.
Okay.
Okay. Electrical panels newer, that looks great. Nothing in there of any concern, so that's good. Square D brand. There's an outlet on the front eave, which is where the roof overhangs the garage right there. It just doesn't have a weatherproof cover. It's literally hanging upside down, but technically it should have a cover on it.
Okay.
I've got some areas of kind of poorly installed wiring. There's one that comes out of the ground in the backyard by the AC unit. There's like 12 inches of wire that comes out of the ground. It didn't have power, but I don't know what it was for or intended for, so they may just need to remove that or cap it off, okay?
Okay.
You've got some more unprotected wiring in the air handler closet. There's a couple runs of wire that need to be in conduit, just that tubing that shields the wire. You have some of that under the kitchen sink that goes to the outlets for the disposal box. And then they've added a switch in the upper right rear cabinet that works a floodlight outside, and that little bit of wire should be protected in conduit too.
Okay.
They've got a lot of the original wiring from 56, so that's ungrounded. To the point where these even have a sticker on them that says no ground. So they're really nothing that insurance is upset about because they haven't really gotten to this point yet. It seems like every 5 or 10 years they kind of rewrite the rules. This would be the next step, but I don't see that happening anytime soon because they've done the nice fix. They put in GFCIs to protect those. Okay?
Okay.
Which I would think they had to do that when they bought it.
Probably.
I mean, because it was only 7 years ago,
Okay. Yeah.
so.
The
I'm
guest,
sure another home inspector would have seen that.
I'm sure they did. The guest bathroom has a dimmer control for the lights, but the bulbs don't dim. They just go from on to off. So likely they have the wrong kind of bulbs in there. And then, let's see, the master ceiling fan wobbles a little bit. And then in the rear family room, the left side outlet, they've got it wired backwards with reverse polarity. So they have the wires on the wrong screws with that outlet. So that would take less time to fix than it would for me to type it in the report. It's that easy of a fix.
Right.
Water heater 2018, did great, looks great, no complaints with that. They do still have the original cast iron drain piping, so sometimes people have heard, horror stories about drain lines that have backed up or rusted or gotten tree roots in them, whatever the case may be. I didn't have any slow drains, but if they've heard those horror stories, they may just want to do a plumbing scope to have a plumber come and run a camera through it.
Okay.
But it's just something we have to make note that it's here.
Okay.
In the master shower, so between the shower and that vanity over here, there's a little 2-inch section of baseboard there on the wall. It's all stained and kind of gnarly looking from old leakage, but it looks like they keep the shower squeegee there, okay? So I ran the shower, I filled up the shower pan, I let it sit for a half an hour with 2 inches of water in the shower. It was totally dry, but it looks like they maybe just get messy
So
with
maybe
the shower
it's leaking
squeegee.
off the squeegee.
I think so, yeah. The guest bathroom, there's no tub drain stopper. There's a shutoff valve in the water heater closet area that just has some corrosion on that shutoff valve there. And then the kitchen sink faucet, it just kind of wobbles around. It may need to be kind of tightened or replaced. I don't know if this one's repairable, but where the actual faucet swivels on the base, it just
should
kind of
be a
wobbles
newer
around.
faucet, I would think. Does it look like it's a newer faucet?
Mhm.
Because they redid the kitchen, so you would have thought, hey,
Yeah.
whatever. I'll be quiet.
AC 2018, just like the water heater. Coils are a little dirty, so I'd probably have them clean that. And then the return cover, which is that metal grate on the wall where the filter goes,
Okay.
the hinges are broken off and they've got like a bolt tightening that instead of the actual latch. So
Okay.
that may just be something they want to switch out if they don't like how it looks. They've had some leakage at this air handler or the other air handler or the other air handler before it. Because when I look in the wall, kind of right here on the back of this living room wall, and then on the hallway closet side, there's some mold on the drywall there. So I'm a licensed mold inspector, but I can't call it mold because I didn't test it, send it to the lab for them to confirm it. So it'll be called a microbial growth, but they probably would want to get that cleaned up.
Okay.
Say that again.
So one of the air handlers that's lived in this closet at one point or another has leaked, and that water has made mold on the walls around the air handler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's just contained to the walls around the air handler?
From what I could see,
Okay.
yeah, it looked like it was like the bottom 8 inches. Yeah. There's no AC to the water heater closet.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you're a licensed inspector, do you think spraying a microbial would take care of it? Or would they have
They
to
would cut
do
it
kind
out.
of like a wet cut? Yeah, a flood cut.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have any remediation company come, their school of thought is the guarantee is to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's something they can't, like wall framing or the slab or the concrete block walls, then they would treat that area.
Got
But they're
it.
just gonna come in, cut it out.
How big of
for-
an area is it?
Let's go look at it.
Yeah, the one is maybe the size of this tray, the other is a little smaller.
So not a lot of drywall needed.
No. So this one's kind of tough to see, but I'll give you my flashlight. If you look down in here, it's down by the ground. You kind of have to
See
lean
the
down in
white
there.
chalky area?
No, it's black. It's way down by the floor.
Oh, got it.
So it's gonna
Yeah.
be here on the living room wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a flood cut.
And then you've got the same thing on this wall down here. So I pulled this access and crammed my big head in
Okay.
there. I did hit my head here. That was fun though.
So we're talking a sheet of drywall.
So
with-
basically,
So where do you see the other?
you gotta look in here,
Oh, okay.
but it's like that same, it mirrors that other one you just saw, but on this side.
Gotcha.
Got it, got it.
So those two sides of the drywall in the area.
Understood.
And then some of the other stuff I have, there's a handful of minor stucco cracks on the outside, nothing of any sinkhole settlement, nothing like that, just
Okay.
typical cracking. The asphalt driveway may need to be resealed soon. In the family room, those are those vinyl windows. They're okay. They've got-
Mylar.
Yeah, they're awful.
Well, I
hate
have to
those
tell
things.
you.
Yeah.
You finish what you're saying. I'll tell you.
Okay, so they've got one that's torn, they've got duct tape patches on it. Those get real brittle over time and they will start to tear if you ever use them, or if they ever use them, try and open and close them.
Okay.
So the people that owned this before these people bought it,
Yeah.
when they bought it, they were those they call them Mylar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like a sunroom that they're in?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
And so they replaced them all. But I have to tell you that as much as I've been in here, it keeps it comfortable. So it's almost like, you know, how we all know how expensive
yeah.
windows are. They're not bad. And the people that moved here, they said that they did it. And then another guy that lives here said, oh, I have those up in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to sell anybody on Mylar because I've never seen it before.
yeah.
But I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Because
Yeah.
you know what that would take to replace all those
Oh, yeah,
windows.
It'd be pricey,
And-
there's a lot of windows in my
and-
room.
Well, they put, he put a split in there.
Yeah,
So it keeps it, I mean, the
Yeah.
whole, unless you have to have whatever it is, that, you know, it keeps it.
manageable, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like it's been cold, so it's never been like freezing in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll just
Yeah.
shut up, not some of my business. Just sharing.
I've got a little bit of rotted wood on the window sills outside those old windows in that back
Okay.
family room on the exterior. The rear has pretty poor drainage, but they do have the ground drains that go out to the front yard. So it looks like they've done what they need to. We just have to make a note that it's just real flat back there. The rear door from the family room to the porch outside has just got a torn weather strip at the bottom. Half
Okay.
of it's gone, so you can see daylight under half.
Weather stripping's pretty.
Very minor.
Yeah.
Sprinklers need to be adjusted a little bit. They spray up against the house and the fence, that kind of stuff. There are drywood termite pellets in the garage in the front left corner. They built that wood shelf above that filing cabinet or whatever there. There's a lot of drywood termite pellets on the ground there, so you may want to just see about a termite inspection.
Okay.
Because I didn't see any treatment stickers. There was another inspection sticker from 2018, which may be when they bought it. But that would be something we'd probably recommend.
2018, is that 7 years ago?
6-ish.
Yes. So there is, are you saying there's pellets, so is there live?
I didn't probe into it because
Okay.
we would just always
That'd be a
recommend a
termite
termite
person,
inspection.
yeah,
Yeah. The master closet doors are no longer
Oh, there.
around. The right side of the master bedroom, the flooring has some limited moisture damage, but nothing active. I wrote that wrong. I never write that way. I don't know why I did. It's Monday, I guess. In this guest bathroom, they've got that cabinet that sits there beside the pedestal sink. It's just loose. It's just sitting there. So
Okay.
they could remove it, but if they're going to keep it, they need to secure it to the wall.
Got it.
The garage vehicle door binds. When it goes up, when it's about 8 inches off the ground, something bangs, and then it's perfect. And then putting it down, when it's 8 inches away from the ground, it binds again. So it may need some adjustment or lubrication on that garage door. I've got one tile that's come loose where you step out from the sliding glass door area. And then the oven does not work. So the wall
Really?
oven, no, I tried longer than I ever let it run, and it got to like 105
That's interesting
degrees.
because I had the conversation with the owner about that.
Yeah.
Because it's an older oven, and so she said, no, it works great. And
And the door broke at the hinge too, and someone glued it back together, so they need an oven,
Okay.
essentially.
yeah,
So important things that I heard, most important things are termite inspection,
Termite inspection.
plumber to pipe the
Possible
lines,
Possible
flood
cast
cut on
iron.
the
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
drywall,
And then you'd
and
have
the
some
oven.
minor 4-point electrical stuff. The roof should pass the 4-point. It just is up to them for the age of it, because insurance on roofs
really
is just
10
crazy.
is
On
old.
modified bitumen, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think it's fine, but it's the
Yeah.
insurance we gotta worry about, cause they, for
Right.
some reason, don't always make logical decisions.
okay. Well, these insurance companies, they're just
Oh, it's awful.
raping us.
You are-
No kidding.
You are
Yeah.
100% correct.
Yeah.
Plumbing passes the 4-point. It would just be the sewer scope if they're worried about it. The AC passes the 4-point, but yeah, so it'd be termite, possible plumbing scope.
If it were my place, that's what I would want. Termite, plumbing scope, flood
And
cut,
Yeah.
and stove are the,
Yeah,
because the electrical seems minor.
Very.
Sounds like something my guys could actually.
Yeah. It's very
take care
minor
of, so.
electrical, but some insurance companies want it fixed prior to closing. Some will let you fix it after. It's just a matter of the insurance they're using. But yeah, that's kind of where my head goes to with
Okay.
what you name.
All right. Well,